All right, kids, welcome back to Hit the Pit. This is Eric Yellowitz, and I am here with the man, the great Tony Campos of Fear Factory, Soulfly, just all kinds of crazy bands. Static X. Dude, you've done it all, man, I have to say.
I get around, you know. Gotta feed the dogs somehow, yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I completely understand. You're currently on tour with the Cavaliers. How's that all going?
Yeah. It's been great, man. It's a second leg of a U.S. tour. They started out in last year, and the response has been so good that they decided to book the second leg. Yeah, they're like totally doubling up on everything, so which is really cool for me because they want to take me out and do the rest of the stuff with them, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's not the first time you've done stuff with them. I mean, you've been doing stuff with them since 2011, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. As far as the Cavalier Brothers, I've done 2 previous tours with them in South America. This is the first time actually touring with them in the U.S., so it's really fun, man.
That's really awesome. Where are you guys off to next?
We're up on the East Coast right now, and then we're going to start heading west, and we're going to end the tour in Santa Ana, California, March 4th.
Oh, cool.
So I got about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks to go on this run.
Is there any places that you guys have played on this current tour that you were like most excited to play? Any places that you haven't played before?
Not in any places that I haven't played before, but some places that I haven't played in a while. Like we were just in Boston, and I hadn't played like Boston in probably like 10 years. So it was really cool to finally get back to that city. And I ran into an old buddy of mine from the old LA death metal scene, you know, back in the mid '90s and stuff. So yeah, it was cool. It was a good time.
How long have you been playing music?
Man, like 30 years now. You know, half of that professionally, you know, been playing since I was a kid. Yeah, I guess you're going to count the whole shebang, 30 years.
What were some of the influences that drove you towards playing music?
What drove me to play music, just a buddy of mine, he started playing guitar, and he said, "Hey, Tony, go get a bass." And I was like, okay. That's pretty much it, man, you know?
And the rest was history, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever see yourself doing anything else, like, you know, Tony Campos, ventriloquist, Tony Campos, supermodel, like anything like that, or you just always wanted to play music?
Nothing performing or being in entertainment industry. You know, I was actually a computer science major in college, so my goal was to be an IT guy at the Department of Defense. You know,
I think you went the complete opposite direction. If you know.
Yeah, got a little detour somewhere along the line.
I don't think they would let you into the Department of Defense now at this point.
Yeah, probably now. Yeah, at this point. Yeah, at this point, you know, I couldn't even get a job at McDonald's.
Oh, that's not true. Anybody? Have you seen some of the people that work at McDonald's? I'm pretty sure you can get a job at McDonald's if they let half the friggin' mongoloids that they have working at that place.
Yeah, good point.
What genre of music did you actually start playing, or were you just always drawn to metal?
Yeah, metal, hardcore punk. You know, when I was a kid, my neighbors were skater punks. They had a half pipe in their backyard, and so they would listen to, you know, Black Flag, Circle Jerks, DRI, you know, hardcore shit, you know.
Nice.
And then around the same time, I ran into my buddy again, and he got me to play bass, and he was in the Ozzy, Judas Priest, Black Sabbath, you know, so he introduced me to the metal side, you know.
So just loud, nasty shit from start to finish, I guess, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's awesome. All right, so this is actually a question from my co-host, Chuck. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why?
Superpower, yeah. I don't know. I usually don't think about shit like that.
I know. I threw a curveball in there for you.
Right, yeah.
I got a couple more for you, too, so just keep your head up.
I don't know. If I could just stay healthy, that'd be great.
Just super health man.
Because trying to stay healthy out on tour is a chore. Let me tell you. I'm just getting over this cold, you know. So and I staved off the worst of it, but I'm still got a little gravelly voice happening.
So you just want like the super like healing powers like Wolverine. So
yeah, Wolverine. Let's take that. Yeah,
right, we'll go with
nice
that.
to take a knife to the gut and just brush it off.
Yeah, absolutely. You actually started with one of my favorite bands of all time, Static X. How did you get involved with them?
Wayne and Kenny, our original drummer, moved to LA from Chicago in like the mid-90s. And I met Kenny working at Ticketmaster. We were both answering phones, taking orders for tickets. So, and it's funny because like he told me about the band that him and Wayne were doing, and I actually turned them down because I was still in my old death metal band. And after sitting around for a week, thinking about it, I was like, well, we're not doing anything. We got nowhere to rehearse. We don't have any gigs coming up. So I was like, yeah, why not? Let me go jam with these guys. And it just, they kept it interesting. We kept trying different things, and that's why I stuck around. And then 5 years later, I guess,
6 albums later,
things started happening for the band, and in the meantime, like I was like trying to figure out what the hell I was going to do with my life, So, the college I was going to just shut down my entire program, so I either had to change my major or go to a different school. So I was just like, fuck, what am I going to do now? And then, the band started getting interest from management and labels, and I was like, well, let's see where this goes. And here I am.
I mean, I'm looking at some of the bands and some of the stuff you've done. I mean, just to name a few, you have obviously Fear Factory. Currently, you played with Ministry, Static X, Prong, Soulfly, Agony, Cavalera Conspiracy, plus your own Assassino. Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah. You got it.
Oh, sweet. Awesome. Fantastic. Usually I'm just like, I completely screw that shit up, so I'm happy I actually pronounced it correctly. You just have an entirely like crazy list of accolades. How did you find the time to play in all these friggin' bands? Like I'm looking at some of the albums overlap, some of the tours overlap. Like how have you not just? I'm assuming that's why you're bald because you just ripped out your fucking hair at that point.
No, actually, I lost the hair after Ozfest 2000. But that's another story. It's just funny how everything worked out because after Static fell apart, I didn't know what I was going to do,
Mm-hmm.
And so I just started taking any gig I could get.
Yeah.
And I had been friends with Tommy Victor, prior to that. We were both on the Ministry tour in 2008.
Yeah.
So late 2009, Tommy just called me and was like, "Hey, I need a bass player." And I was like, "Hey, I'm available. Let's go." And that turned into a 1.5-year gig. And 2 of the gigs I did with Prong was opening for Soulfly.
That's awesome.
And I've known Max since like 99, 2000. Mm-hmm. So we weren't strangers. So on one of those Soulfly runs, the bass player at the time, Bobby Burns, said he was quitting. So at the end of that run, I knew Tommy had to go do some Danzig stuff. So I was like, well, hey, if you guys need a bass player, I'm available.
Yeah.
So I fell into that gig, So it's just weird how like I fell into these things,
right,
just like one thing after another. It's kind of smoothly, actually.
Yeah, it's the right place at the right time kind of thing, man. And
I've been very lucky that like most of these gigs that I've gotten have been with bands that I would have chopped my left nut off to play with.
Absolutely. I mean, just like some of the bands that I had said before, just it's incredible.
Well, I mean, the 2 bands that Static X ripped off the most are Ministry and Prong, and I got to play in both those bands. So like
that's
they would have taken a nut each.
Yeah, that's just friggin' amazing to me, to be honest. And between you, me, and the Lamppost, I don't know if I should hand you my metal cred card, but I actually did not know that you played with Ministry. Until actually one of my co-hosts had pointed it out. And then I went back and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like watching some of the videos. I'm like, that's fucking Tony right there. I had no idea. And, I had watched some of these videos before and I just did not put 2 and 2 together. Because I remember you, and I've been a fan since you've been playing with Static X. I know that was like kind of a whole sore subject with Wayne's passing and everything like that. So It's very cool that you got to play in those other bands after Static X. So.
Yeah, like I said, man, I just got really lucky, and I got to play with like my heroes, basically,
That's great.
So it's been a good one, man.
Dream come true kind of deal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've heard about Wayne being such a cool dude. How was he to work with?
He was cool, man. Back before 2007, like that's when things he started to change. He started getting involved with the drugs, and then the wife came in, into the picture. But before that, it was, he was just like a really mellow, level-headed, very business-oriented guy,
Yeah, that's
and everything was about the band. And then that, 2007, that started to change.
It's such a shame because I don't think he had such a distinctive voice and such a distinctive presence that I don't think there's going to be anyone else like him.
Yeah, he did. He definitely had a unique voice. When he opened his mouth, and you heard it, it was him.
Oh, absolutely. You could friggin' tell him out of a crowd of people, like, easy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.